Now let's create a utils file. Inside our utils folder, it has all the files from our previous module, slots module. Let's create the file date utils.js. Now let's go back to our calendar view file. In the calendar view, let's see what we can extract. So this generate month grid, this is all calculations and we can extract it easily. So this is our number one method. Second is, let's say the weekdays, we can move it here. We can move this one to our utils file. Next is get month name, same day is weekend. This one, no, this only related to this file because this belongs to some DOM, which is the container. Next we have render days, update selection, no change needed, create data, no, we cannot move it. Find the element, this is fine, we will keep it here. Yeah, rest looks fine. So let's start with our generate month grid. So what we do, we'll just cut it from here and let's put it here. We'll do one thing, we'll just rename it. We will not use underscore because it is no longer private method to the date calendar view class. We will remove it. We'll say export function and here we have our method. This is our default export and let's add one more export for that is our named export. And if we want to have a default export that we need, we will use it here. So we'll say export default. Now inside this we have few other methods that we need. The isSameDay, isWeekend, this is what we need. So let's go back to our calendar view. We remove that one. We need isSameDay and isWeekend. We can just cut them out and add them here. So let's add it here. We can just again do same thing, export function, same for the isWeekend, and then we can just update all these values. So let's select them and we can delete them. So now they all are in same file. Next, let's go back to the calendar view. This is fine, render days is fine, update selection, create data, find the element, visibility, yeah, all looks fine. Now we need to import those functions, right? The generate grid, this is no longer inside this calendar view class, so we can remove this one and remove. Let's see how many times it is. Okay, 2 times. We'll see. Okay, 2 times we are using this one. Okay, there is one more. Let's see. Let's control Z and now let's find it. Okay, 2 times. So first we remove it from here. We'll import it. Next is here. Let's remove this one. Okay, now we do import this method from our util.js. So let's come in here. We'll say import. We need grid, the generate month grid from date utils. Okay, what else is there? The weekday name. Okay, what we moved here, we moved the isSameDay, isWeekend. Now let's see where we are using these two methods in our calendar view. So this is here. We need to update this reference, so we'll remove it. We can just say import it from there. Next we have the isWeekend. Let's search for isWeekend. We have it 2 times, only 1 time it's being used here. We can remove it and let's import this one as well. So we have moved these functions, isSameDay, isWeekend and generate month grid. Now what next we need? Okay, we have not exported from here. We can just say export it default. So let's go back to the calendar view. Yeah, this should work now. Okay, let's come in here. Okay, it's still not working. What is the error? Okay, date does not export named format date. Okay, yeah, we have few more use cases in this file. We'll see what are those. So let's go back here. Now let's move these two methods. So weekday and get month name. So we start with the weekday name. Now weekday name, right now we are only returning the short name, but we can have a different function that will just export the short name or long name based on the parameter. So let's see, go in here, we can put it here. It's very simple. So we will pass a parameter short true. If we want short name, we will get this one, otherwise we will get the long name. So we can put it here. Go back in this, we see where we are using this get weekday name. Now it should be weekday names, not name. Should be names. Okay, yeah, it is a name. So let's see where we use it. This 2 times in here and in. Okay, this is, we can remove it here. Let's see, and we just update it here, get weekday names, and we can import it. But before that, let's just go back to date utils. Okay, we have exported it, so it should work. Next we need get month names. So let's see where it is. 3 times used. Okay, for the get month names. So let's do the same thing for the month name as well. So I will bring a function for this, and it's very straightforward. We have month name. We will pass the month that we want to get the name, like 0 to 11, and then the short or long name. Based on this, we can return the month name. So let's export it from here. Again, calendar view, we have the get month name. Okay, we can just replace it and import it. And next, we can remove it completely. We don't need it. And one more place here, we can say get month name. So, okay. So we have how many functions? We have 5 functions. Now our calendar view is done. Let's move to date picker, and inside it, let's see what we can extract or we can replace with. Event listeners is fine. Input click, handle action is fine. Subscribe to state is fine. Select date is fine. Update input. Here we are adding a condition. If we have select date, we go to the month, then we update the input value. Yeah, this we can definitely improve. So let me bring a function. So this function will have multiple options to format this this date value. So let's go to the date utils. I will add it here. Now I will explain what it is. So this is a format date. We will give it a date, and the format is like medium or short, long, or ISO format. And in here we have month, long month name, and the short month name. And then in here, based on the format, we can get like this, or we can have the date displayed like this or like this. So these are the useful when we want to display a different format when you just select a date. So this is our format date method. So let's put it here. Now we go back to the date picker. In here we can just add it. So what we can do, we can just remove it completely, and we'll say this dot input element dot value equals to, we check if we have selected date, then we'll call formatDate method and we'll pass it two things. One is selected date, and second, if we want to pass, let's pass it from the options. So we have this options object that the user can pass, and we'll say give it format. The format, we need to define it on the top. Let's go back to the options. Where is it? Okay, here are the options. So what we can do, we can say in here we'll add format, and default value we can say medium. Then we can just put all the options back here, and let's go in here, this dot format. Okay, now we have it here, and if there is no selected date, we can just say empty string. So this is our formatDate method, and we need to put it one more time. Let's see if we have the functions. No, I think that is it. So yeah, this is the only place we need to update, and that is fine. Okay, now let's see if this HTML file is working inside it. Let's see what we have. So we have the formatDate method, so we can directly import the method from our date utils, and then in here you can see that the first picker we gave option as a short, then we gave it ISO, and let's see where we used the formatDate. It's in here somewhere. It's just some values to display. So this is not related to the date picker, but we are testing the formatDate method. So let's see. If I select date, see the format is different. If I select this one, format is different. So we gave an option to user that what format they want to display, and they can change it. So it's working just fine. So we have successfully extracted all the methods to date utils, and these methods can be imported anywhere. They are not like you can just use it here. You can use in different projects. Few of them, let's say if you want to check isSameDay, you can use it in anywhere in your project, in other project. Same for isWeekend. You can get month name, format date, weekday names. These methods you can use anywhere. So that was it for our date utils module. Our date util is done with pure functions. We now have event bus, state manager, calendar view, slot manager, date utils, 5 modules, and each has one job. But we still cannot modify the data during render process. What if you want to modify or disable certain dates before you render them? In next episode, we will implement render hook. It can intercept the pipeline and modify the data before it renders the DOM. I see you in next episode.